y'all, Karma again, and we're going to be doing the Immortal copy percent, which is a little bit of an Easter egg. Y'all will get to see what that entails pretty shortly. So I guess I'll just go ahead and hop right into it. And go. So you might be thinking, is this really a bad game? It might be a good idea to move. This is what the game is about. It's very much a trial and error game. I love it so much. You basically have 3 lives to get through every stage. And if you lose all 3 lives, you have to start the stage again. So we have to help him to get a key. And we find that ring off that body. We're gonna grab some stuff from this chest. And in the next room, I'm going to try and fight one of the goblins and not fight the other. So the fighting in this game effectively works. You can dodge, and you can swing, but you can only hurt the enemy when they're swinging. So you need to kind of time your swings. Theoretically, what you want to do is work up their fatigue. I'm gonna try and get into this door and then back out through here to avoid fighting that goblin. Sometimes you can get that without having to go through the door. Also, that room with the arrows, all those arrows were one-hit kills. There's a couple shades in here that if you get into a fight with them, they're invisible. So you don't want to get into a fight with them, but thankfully we didn't. If you ever want to have a fun time playing this game casually, hold the amulet up to the light here and read it. It kills you, spoiler. So we're gonna hold it up but not read it. And that's our first level done. And here the slime is very dangerous, so we want to kind of lead it down there. And we're going to use this charm to make the wisps follow us. Grab this stone on the way. And hopefully these wisps will follow me quickly. Alright, I got 2 wisps through the door pretty quickly. The fireballs that we have only hurt flying enemies, so even though we can have the fireballs connect with the goblins, they won't actually do any damage. Kind of waiting for the damaging sounds to stop playing to know when the goblin outside won't hurt us anymore. We want to plant the spores and then get out of the room when they explode, and then hop back in here and talk to the king, who needs some water that we got back in the first level. And then he kind of gives us a little bit of a hint on how to actually beat this stage. Yeah, you are extremely mortal in this game. So now, we actually skipped the merchant up there who sells us a slime potion. That allows us to skip a chest later on that we don't have to go to. So hopefully... Aw, heck. So that's one of my 3 lives down. No. Please be kind. Ugh. Okay, so now we want to use the Dust of Complacence here to make this person cooperate with us, who will somehow, for some reason, gladly give us the gem that they needed, or that they were working on. So now we have 1 more evil slime to get past. Hopefully it's nice to me. Not looking like it. Jeez. I think that slime is... Ooh, that's rough. I have to restart the stage now. Such is the nature of the Immortal. The slimes are particularly brutal because, like, sometimes they chase you aggressively, sometimes they go on their own path, and there's not particularly a pattern for when they decide to do that. So sometimes that slime just ends runs. So another double wisp. It would be nice if we could get all three, and that would just take out the goblins faster. Sometimes these bats just show up and ruin your day. Wait for the screen to stop scrolling. So I'm actually a little bit worried because the first slime was in a much different place than I'm used to it being. I'm hoping that I can kind of maneuver around it a little bit. I once again have 3 chances to get past 2 slimes. So as long as one of the slimes doesn't kill me twice, I should be good. That's a little bit of a tall ask, though. Oh gosh. Alright, got that. Okay. Oh god. The worst part about the menus is that... Oh my gosh, I can't believe that didn't get me. You have to hold left or right on the menus, and then immediately go back to whatever direction you were holding before. So in that case, I was wanting to go down and to the left, but I had to hit the right menu option. Oh my gosh. Okay, that slime was very nice. Okay, we are free from level 2 hack. And now we want to go right, left, center, just like the king told us. And that's level 2. So here I'm going to use a marathon consistency strat. 1,002, 1,003, 1,004, 5, 6, 7-ish. Should put me at about the right time. It's something... okay, well that's not great. I kind of messed up the movement a little bit there. I might have to fight a goblin. Do you remember me? Or not a goblin, a troll. Because we're actually friends with the goblins now. Because we saved their king. So good news, y'all, we won't be hurting any more goblins. And here's a fun little trick. If you hold the amulet, enemies will just kind of keep doing their own thing. They'll just walk right through you. Hopefully I'm gonna be... Oop. So the deal with that flame right there, it is a very long timer and it sometimes turns green. That's level 3 done. You have to drop the gem on it when it's green, and it's only green for a very short while. Alright, get your Eurobeat ready, because we now have a very fast flying carpet. And all of these flame spouts are instant kills. And in these 2 rooms, if you are off the carpet for any significant period of time, you die. So, oh. There's also some flame spouts that are kind of hidden by the bottom of the wall. So here's a coffee pot, we're just gonna grab that. And as you can imagine, this is why we are doing coffee percent. There is a use for that coffee. And we're just gonna use this carpet to sneak on by. Hi, Anne. Bye, Anne. And then we're gonna fight this troll. About halfway through, we're gonna switch to flailing wildly left and right. Thank you, Cherry. And then we need to walk around that 3 times to unlock the end of level 4. We are now on level 5. The goblin tells us to come talk to their chief, but we're just gonna walk around. They're fine. This random person is gonna sell us a potion that we need. And so this is what we actually needed our money for, because it is a shrinking potion. So it takes a lot of time to grow back to normal size, and then you're also poisoned, so you have to get some water from that chest. So instead of that, we're just gonna die by getting crushed by one of the trolls there. And then we're gonna get out of that room nice and safely. So this next room, there's a bunch of worms hidden throughout the floor, and there's a specific set of directions you have to follow to get past here. And theoretically, you'd have the worm detector from that chest that I skipped, but yeah, I'm not gonna grab it. So since we didn't use the worm detector... Oh, hey, look! Hey, what's this? The wizard. Brett, I told you someone would find us. Wake up, Mike and Ian. We've got a visitor. Listen, wizard, Mike needs some coffee in the morning. Got any? Sure. That's a good sport. In return, I'm going to give you the spell of infinite body odor. Good luck, guy. So yeah, our wizard now has the spell of infinite body odor that we just picked up from the devs. And yeah, by the way, those are the devs. So, amusingly enough, the spell of infinite body odor really only works on 2 enemies. So this switch is a bit finicky. You're supposed to drop the bait on the switch for the bird to land on, and it looks like it actually cooperated. And now we are moving on to level 6, where you'll get to see 2 instances of the infinite body odor working. Theoretically, I don't even need it to be able to get past this guy, because you can just walk away fast enough, but I will stop after this conversation to be able to show what the spell of infinite body odor does. Blah! It just instantly kills any enemy that touches you. So yeah. Thanks, devs. So now our next goal, which if I had actually gotten into that conversation with the goblins on the last stage, they talk about their plan to get this Norlac here out of the way. This part is deceptively tight because on this particular stretch right there, if you are any farther back than I was, you're basically dead. And you might think the right play is to go up the ladder here, but no, you actually want to go down here and drown in the pool. And the Norlac follows you. But it's okay, because we had a goblin friend who was here to nurse us back to health. And for some reason, we got some gold from that chest despite us never having an opportunity to spend any. Okay, I'm not gonna actually pull myself out of that gap. So here's the dragon. I actually like this dragon, so you know, I'm just gonna play defense here. That's actually what you're supposed to do. You really don't actually have any offense. It's kind of just a survival game. I said it's a survival game, not get burnt to a crisp game. Oh, I was supposed to press a button. I was just letting that play out. Oops. It's fine. Okay, so we want blink first. 1, 2. Then quickly 4. Couple more here. And then we got a big breath of fire here. And we need to use fire protection to survive this one. And we want to hold up the amulet, but not read it. Oh, hey, look, it's our wizard tutor, Mortimer. So yeah, it turns out Mortimer's actually bad. So now we're gonna play some wizard tennis. We have 6 uses of this stone spell to protect ourselves, and this 4th one is a fake out. which your only hint to that, if you haven't played it before, is the fact that the dragon doesn't look back over at the other wizard. And now he's gonna pull an evil villain monologue here, and he's gonna say, as long as I have this amulet, the dragon can't hurt me. So, yeah, we're just gonna yoink it back from him. And then the timer ends when it's back in my hands. Boop. Yo, see ya, dragon. We cool? We cool? Aight, we cool. And that is the Immortal. The journey out of the dungeons takes 2 days. As you travel, your thoughts return to Mortimer and the dragon. They were alike in a way, each the only survivor of a civilization destroyed by the other more than 1,000 years ago. They were an equal match also, and it seemed strange that you would tilt the balance of a conflict forged so long ago. And that is the more philosophical ending. The other ending is where you rescue someone and become a couple. But I kind of like that one more because it talks a little bit more about the dragon. Gee, I wonder why I like it more. Anyway, that's the Immortal. It's very rude, but I like it a lot. And with that said, I will throw it back to the BBG staff. Thank you.